if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Wagner, we're supposed to have 267 million board feet this year, and we've got 15 million board feet. But I drove by that Forest Service compound. You're good at building compounds, by the way. You want to fund these schools, eradicate the compounds, sell them, use the money, and fund these schools. When I was in Ketchikan the other day, and gentlemen, I want you to listen to this. I drive by, their compound, by the way, is gated. There is 27 new Chevrolet trucks in the yard. There is 3 big boats with 2 motors each, 150 horsepower, brand new, in the yard. And what kills me, 27 kayaks. Kayaks. And I asked what they were for. They use them so they don't disturb the forest. And this is the Forest Service supposed to be harvesting trees so we have secure schools. And all due respect, Ms. Wagner, you're not the only, this administration is not the only one. This has been going on for a long time, answering to interest groups that say we've got to save our trees. And what they're doing is saving the dead ones and not allowing the young ones to grow. Now, can you visualize everybody in this room allowing you all to grow and live forever, being rotten to the core, and that young girl back of the room back there wouldn't have room to grow? The forest of this nation is a vital part of what we call our fiber base, and we've neglected it and let it burn. Now, I agree with my good friend that said that there's going to be big forest fires, and it is going to happen. But you will say, and the EPA will say, and the interest group, oh, that's natural. And I'm very upset about that for another reason. We have the EPA enforcing air quality in Fairbanks, Alaska, but they'll let the forest burn because it's natural. But when it's 60 below zero, you can't light a fire because you might pollute the air to keep warm. Now, that's the stupidity of our federal government. Now, show me the rationale behind that. So I'm suggesting, Mr. Chairman, I know I'm on my soapbox, but I'm suggesting that we, to solve this problem, have to readdress this idea of what is the forest for? For those who live in the I call the big cities, to go around and visit and say, oh, they're really pretty, and leave these people in the rural areas to starve, have to move, destroy the fiber of this country? Your counties are going through it right now. But the solution is with the Forest Service to say we are a managing agency and we're going to harvest these trees as we should. And all due respect, I don't see this in the Forest Service anymore. I see park rangers. That's what I see. I don't see people that believe that the trees can grow again. So I think it's very, very important, my good chairman and the members of this committee, either they either do it or we pass laws that says they will. Take it away from the Forest Service. Give it to the counties. You manage it. You live there. You live it. Provide for your people. Because our government right now is forcing people from these small communities to move to big cities. And we don't have a timber industry. And Mr. Wagner, why aren't we cutting trees? And don't give me this restoration stuff, by the way. You're restoring it for what? If you're not going to cut it, you're not restoring it.
I think the way I could best address your statement is in citing the 10 projects that are real projects, tangible, on the ground, generating outcomes, including forest products harvested. These are the 10 Collaborative Forest Landscape Restoration Act projects. Congress saw the need to invest in large landscape scale restoration, which is not simply conservation and protection. It's actually utilization and treatment of these projects. All of these projects are over 50,000 acres in scale, many of them over 1 million acres in scale, where citizens have come together and they are identifying what needs to be done, the treatment of invasive species, the restoration of streams or creeks, the wildlife habitat that needs improved, the hazardous fuels that need reduced, and the wood products that need harvested and moved to put that forest in a condition where it can be resilient to the impacts and changes that we're predicting over time, including fire. So I'd like to provide you with a list of these projects and the outcomes that have happened just in 1 year's worth of funding as examples of how active we are and how committed we are to the condition and health of these forests.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope, Mr. Young, that now I'm 60, I'm not one of those old trees that's rotten to the core you're talking about.
It takes 100 years. But by that time, you better be harvested. I can tell you that right now.
Miss McMorris Rogers, you're up.